Once upon a time, China stood as the richest and most powerful empire on earth. A land of golden palaces, mighty walls, and great ships that sailed across distant seas. This was the Ming Dynasty, a time of glory, beauty, and ambition. But behind the splendor lies a story of power, pride, and retreat. A story of how a brilliant civilization rose to greatness, then turned inward and closed its gates. In 1368, after nearly a century under Mongol rule, the Chinese rose up, drove out their conquerors, and built a new empire, the Ming Dynasty. At its center was a poor monk named Zhu Yuanzhang, who led a rebellion that changed history. Born into poverty, he survived famine and war before becoming the Hongwu Emperor, founder of the Ming. Once in power, Hongwu rebuilt China from the ground up. He repaired canals, restored farmland, and lowered taxes to help poor farmers. He revived Confucian values, honesty, discipline, and respect, to bring stability after years of chaos. Hongwu also created a government based on talent rather than birth. Anyone who passed the difficult imperial exams could become an official. Under his leadership, China grew stronger and more organized. Cities buzzed with trade and craftsmanship. After centuries of foreign rule, China was once again united, confident, and proud. Hongwu's son, Zhu Di, was a man of fierce ambition. He was bold, brilliant, and ruthless, the kind of leader who believed destiny was his to command. After a bloody struggle for power, he seized the throne and became the Yongle Emperor. From the first moment he took power, Yongle dreamed of showing the world China's greatness. He moved the capital north to Beijing and began building a palace so vast and magnificent that no foreign ruler could rival it. This is the Forbidden City. With its towering red walls, sweeping golden roofs, and thousands of rooms, it was a city within a city, a perfect symbol of imperial glory. Inside its halls, every corner reflected the order and power of the heavens. Yet Yongle was not content to admire his empire from behind those walls. He wanted China's greatness to be known across mountains and oceans. He rebuilt and expanded the Great Wall to guard the northern borders. But Yongle also looked south, toward the sea where opportunity and mystery called. To spread China's influence, he ordered the creation of a vast armada. He chose his most trusted Admiral Zheng He to lead them on a journey that would astonish the world. Between 1405 and 1433, Admiral Zheng He led 7 great voyages. His treasure ships were enormous, the largest wooden vessels ever built. Each was like a floating city, carrying silk, porcelain, and fine gifts for foreign kings. On their long journeys, Zheng He and his crews sailed through strange waters to faraway lands. When they returned, the ships carried gold, spices, and exotic animals. The fleet included 300 ships and 28,000 men. The largest ships stretched an incredible 400 feet long. By comparison, in 1492, Columbus had only 90 men on 3 small ships, the biggest just 85 feet. So, for a shining moment in history, China ruled the seas, and the Ming Dynasty stood at the center of the world. During the Ming Dynasty, new heights of wealth and refinement were reached. Chinese porcelain, silk, and tea were prized around the world, symbols of skill and perfection. At home, cities such as Suzhou and Hangzhou flourished. Their gardens and canals reflected a nation at peace and in harmony. Printing and education spread culture far and wide, and artists and scholars filled the empire with creativity and grace. It was a golden age, when art, science, and imagination shone brightly. The Ming's influence reached every corner of the known world. But greatness never lasts forever. After the Yongle Emperor's death, the Ming court began to change. Powerful officials argued that the great sea voyages were wasteful and dangerous. They believed China's strength should come from within, not from contact with foreign lands. In 1433, the last of Zheng He's ships returned home. Shipyards closed. Trade with other countries was restricted under a policy known as the Haijin, or sea ban. China, once open to the world, began to turn inward. The Great Wall expanded again, not as a symbol of strength, but as a barrier to protect what already existed. Scholars focused on tradition and ritual. Innovation slowed. So while Europe sent explorers across the oceans, China's great ships sat silent in their harbors. The Ming Dynasty had chosen security over adventure, and the world around it began to change. By the late 1500s, the brilliance of the Ming Dynasty had begun to fade. Corruption spread through government, and officials cared more about power than duty. Farmers faced heavy taxes, floods and droughts that ruined their crops. Many lost everything and joined rebellions that shook the countryside. The long-ruling Hongwu Emperor withdrew from court life. Without leadership, greedy officials fought for control, while people suffered. Finally, in 1644, disaster struck. Rebel forces led by Li Zicheng marched into Beijing. Knowing his dynasty was lost, the last Ming Emperor, Chongzhen, climbed a hill behind the Forbidden City and ended his life beneath a lonely tree. Not long after, the Manchus swept in from the north, took over and founded a new dynasty, the Qing. The Ming, once the richest and most powerful empire on earth, had fallen behind the walls it built to protect itself. The Ming Dynasty may have fallen, but its legacy never disappeared. Its walls, palaces and cities still stand, proud reminders of China's power and creativity. The Ming also left behind something greater than its wonders, an identity. It was a time when China believed in itself, when art, science and culture flourished together. The Ming era showed how imagination and ambition can lift a nation to greatness, and the Ming spirit still shines in the heart of China. It lives as a golden echo from an age when the Middle Kingdom truly stood at the center of the world. Please like, share and subscribe for more journeys through Asia's history, legends and lost civilizations.